Okay, we're doing an unboxing right now from our good friend. So in the first little package, we have...
I think this is Echinomastis intertextus. I think so.
We got 3 of them?
Looks like 3. Let's see. What do we got? Very generous. This is lithops. Rubra optica variety rubra. These are also pretty neat. So these are from Arizona, and these are from Namibia, or maybe South Africa. I don't remember. They're by the coast. This optica is the rubra form. It's red. All right. Well, that's pretty. It's pretty good so far.
See, how many do you have right there? That's a good amount.
A whole bunch. I sent him some stuff too, but my package got lost in the mail.
Oh, what'd you send him?
A Mammillaria albiflora.
Oh, okay.
So that bums me out. What is this? Turbinicarpus. I don't know what kind.
Oh wait.
Turbini. It's an older one. Cranziana or Schmidtkianus. Not sure. So far, these are all 5-star rare plants. Not super rare, but pretty rare.
And where is this one from?
Mexico. Another Turbinicarpus Saurii variety Serpenticulanus. I can't pronounce it, but it's a Turbinicarpus Saurii. S-A-U-R-I. That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Oh yeah.
And where's this one from?
Mexico. Oh yeah, so far he sent me a whole bunch of very nice things.
These are amazing. I like those.
Those are hard to grow for me. Oh wow.
Hey, you have those, don't you?
These are epithalanthus.
Oh, they're not Repotting?
No,
Oh,
I don't think he grows Repotting.
I thought they were Repotting.
These are all epithalanthus. Interesting soil mix.
That's sad because you sent them some really nice things.
Yeah.
Didn't you send them a 3-header?
Yeah.
I'm sure hopefully it'll find its way there.
Well, if someone stole it, they're going to open it up and be very disappointed. Oh, the box was quite light. I don't know why thieves would steal a light box. Most likely, it just fell off the truck or something. I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe it still has a chance to get there.
It's really going to get worse, because they're going to consolidating distribution centers.
Another Turbinicarpus. This is the same Saurii. Serpenticulus. Those are nice big ones. Okay, last one.
Did you get seeds as well or no?
Yes, I did. I did get seeds. And what do we got here? I think this is a mosquito.
Yeah.
Another Turbinicarpus serpenticulus. So I got 3 of these. So the soil is interesting. This is a pretty organic soil, but it's coming from Arizona, so they can get away with that. Yeah, these are nice size. Miles was selling these too. This actually might be from Miles.
Some miles to go?
Yeah, they might be. I mean, they look like Miles to go plants. So this is quite a haul. I'll have to trade them. I'll have to send him some more stuff. And then I got some turb seeds. I'll plant these in the spring. And then more lithops, Brandyburgianus, which we might as well take a look at the seeds I'm growing now. These I plant in the spring.
Yeah.
These I plant right now, and I'll show you what's going on.
Sorry, I just started the video now.
Oh, he also sent me these a little while ago. These are Conophytum moghanii. I planted them September 21st. Little tiny guys. It might be hard to focus on. I don't know.
No, you can see them pretty well, see?
I think there's mosquitoes coming in
I know.
on my ankle.
Okay.
Oh, this is my own seed. Argyroderma.
Yeah.
I think they're Pearsonii, September 21st.
It's a good amount there. How many would you say?
I don't know, 50. The seeds are so small and there's so many in a capsule. That you never know how they're going to germinate, so I just dump them in there and let them sort themselves out.
Yeah.
There's maybe some Lithops brandenburgiana. Actually, I think the full name, there's a Lithops grouse, whatever. This is the second name, C383. They're doing pretty good. Got that little weed in there, see? They'll tell me if the soil is too dry, he'll grow. This is just probably too many seeds. These are my own Conophytums. I think it might be uviforma. They might be a hybrid, but quite a few came up.
It's just like a mix of like everything.
I won't know until they get much older what they actually are. So I just planted these October 1st, Lithops dorothea, and so far nothing, but hopefully we'll get some germination. They like to grow in the short, when the days get shorter. I guess you can grow them in the spring too. I don't have much luck with these in the summer, in the heat. The Lithops, they don't, and then Conophytum, they don't like to grow. And Lithops fulcips, C363, and I also got some C206A. I forget what those are, I'll look them up. And I don't think any are coming up yet. They usually take about 10 days if they're gonna come up.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So we'll see.
Cool. So these were the ones that we planted, but they didn't sprout yet. A couple of days later, they actually have sprouted.
Yeah, I planted them on the 1st of October. So what's it now, the 8th?
Today's the 8th.
It didn't take very long. Give them a little miss. Probably a little too many, but they're so small, they're hard to see. Anyways, when they get big, they're gonna look like a lot of these ones here.
Okay, so what did we...
Those are Lithops, but these are mostly Conophytums. This is a Gabam. These are some that are a few years old. They're just coming out of dormancy. These are from 2021. They're not exactly speedy plants.
19.
Yeah, 1921. And here's some ones that from last year. So hopefully those, they're still kind of dormant, and they look kind of dry. So I'm gonna give them a little water. It's been very hot.
That's from like 97.
Yeah, I don't think they really like the heat, but they do like the long nights. These are Conophytums. The pot I showed you was Lithops. Those are downstairs. I'm going to show you that in a second. But we also planted Argyrodermas. They're going to look like that.
Okay.
And the Conophytum moghanii is going to look like that. And it will also look like there's some younger ones and with some other guys. This is from 2020. This is like 4 years old. This is very slow growing.
Nice.
There's some flowers on one of them.
Those are really pretty.
Yeah, they wake up. And then a lot of the plants I plant are from this guy here, Uniforme. You got all those seed pods. He gets thousands of seeds, and apparently the germination is pretty good. And yeah, I think that's what the seeds are from. This guy's about ready to have a flower.
This guy has a flower.
And he has a flower. And the rest are starting to wake up.
Cool. Yeah, we'll sell them more when they wake up too.
Yeah,
cool.
This is a Hubbardii with his crazy flower stalk thing. Yeah, winter growers. They're pretty neat. They come alive in the fall.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm germinating these inside because it's too hot outside right now. And it's high 80s, 90. That's too hot for the winter growers. But it should cool off next week. We had a little heat wave, so I don't want them to like die. So there they are. Soon they'll be outside.
Nice.
And I'll have room for growing some more. I lift up some conophytums.
Oh, okay, so it's gonna be like a mixture of these.
They'll kind of grow in the, I think they're winter, spring and winter growers. They kind of go dormant for me in the summer. But these are more adult plants. Some I bought, and many I grew from seed. The ones I grew from seed, I don't know what they are, because it was a mixed seed batch. But some of those ones I know what they are. I had to experiment because I never grew these before. So I got a mixed seed batch. Once I figured it out, then people were starting to give me seeds that were labeled. These are Cars Montana.
Which ones?
These ones, Cars Montana Laterina, and these are like red on the top. Kind of pretty. These two here I bought from Steve Hammers. He's a famous South African mesem guy. He has a Etsy store. I bought they came in very, very nice plants. And yeah, and the cactus will slowly go dormant, and the winter growers they'll start to flower pretty soon. They flower like in the afternoon, the lithops do. This guy's gonna flower. This is not a lithop. That's a Dinterianthus benzilii. This is kind of like a lithop relative. And then I put this board here because in October the sun is strong and it comes in a low angle, and I don't want it to heat these pots up.
Oh, and cook them.
Yeah, because in the wild they're in the earth. It doesn't heat up too much in the few inches down, but in a pot like this, it can get too hot. So this just sort of
Blocks it.
It's sort of to block the sun for the next month or so, and then
Yeah.
because in the summer it's shady, just the way the sun travels. But these low angles, yeah, it can really heat your pot up. And that's the story. That's an albuca. It has spiral leaves. It's just a bulb. They're coming alive. They're coming alive in October.
Okay, so update. We actually just got a new plant. We went to a cactus.
Canal Valley, Cactus and Succulent show.
Where was that? Thousand Oaks?
Yeah, up into Park Road.
Yeah.
I bought a couple plants. I bought this. This is interesting. This is Chinese succulent. I bought it from a place I never heard of, Growing Works. But first thing I do when I buy a plant, the very first thing I do is take it out of its pot.
Oh, this is the pot you bought. Yeah, this isn't one of your pots.
No, because I just don't know what's in the roots. Maybe there's root mealybug, which I do not like. We had an earlier video on when I failed to take all the soil off and lost a plant with root mealybug. So,
Bummer.
let's see.
Wait, you got another one too. You got this one.
Yeah,
And,
I'll do one at a time. So this is very typical super organic compost. This is over potted. This pot's too big for this plant. And I don't know, does it even have any? Very wet. So we'll just take all the soil off, and okay, you can go ahead and stop.
okay, now it's.
The roots are mostly clean, right?
Oh, just washing them off.
Yeah, because last time the root mealybug hid on those Echinocactus texensis way up inside, and by the time I got to it, one of the plants like this, one of the cactus, one of them's fine, the other one it's done. So, and I don't see any root mealybug, but of course I didn't on the other one either. So let's see. Oh, these are two plants anyways. Huh, interesting. We just put two plants together and make it look like a double-headed plant. That's very clever.
How much you buy these for?
This was $7.
Oh, not bad.
Nah. Okay, so
They're mostly clean.
Yeah, they're clean, but you never know if eggs or seeds are hiding in here. So anyways,
Yeah.
that's probably as clean as I'm gonna get it. I don't let it dry out, then I'm gonna chop the roots. Okay.
Okay, it's filming.
I never ever keep any of the soil that I buy from commercial nurseries. Ever.
Let's compost it.
Yep.
Alright, so here's the other plant we got.
This is a little, I don't know how rare this thing is. This is a little more rare. This is Mammillaria teresae. I got it from Kyle's Plants. These are kind of hard to grow, and they're kind of hard to find. They grow in Mexico, and this is kind of a big one. But I wanted another one because I have a couple, but I thought, well, it's a neat plant. Why not get another one?
Yeah, why not? How much was it?
25 bucks.
Oh, okay, it's a little bit more pricey, but
Yeah.
not too bad, honestly.
No. Plus Kyle's Plants, he's a good grower. So his soil, it's a little more sensible. He has a lot more perlite. Same black compost,
Yeah.
but for a cactus, you want a lot of perlite. And see, this plant has kind of a big root. So we're gonna get most of the soil off. And then it's also very wet. And I'm gonna do the same thing. Yeah, but this is how you. When I first started collecting cactus, I'd buy them and I'd transplant them, but I wouldn't take the soil off, and I ended up with the worst root mealybug infection. And I had to do all kinds of things to get rid of the root mealybug. Finally, the new pesticide came out, and then just being very cautious, because probably the new root mealybug is immune to the new pesticide. But I wouldn't expect anything on Kyle's Plants because he's a very good grower.
Yeah.
So I would say this plant, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
The other plants I got, the ones for free
Yeah.
on your video, I had to do surgery on a couple of them
Oh, yeah.
and cut most of their roots off to try to reroot them.
Wait, those ones that, what's it called, sent you?
Yeah, we won't mention his name, but yeah. But I mean, they were free, and it was very generous of him to send him, and I like the challenge of trying to reroot, especially something like a Turbinocarpus graminis spinus, which is a new discovery, kind of rare.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let these dry out
And then repot them?
and repot them. This one I'm gonna trim these roots.
Yeah.
This one I will not trim this root.
Yeah.
I'll let it dry out, and I'll put it in my potting mix, and hopefully nothing bad will happen. And then I'll throw all this away.
Cool. Okay.
Yes, for the soil I use a third sand, a third of pumice, and then a third of this soil I got out here in the desert, sandy soil. 1/3. That works really good for mesons. For a cactus, there's a bigger cactus. There's more rocks, less sand.
Okay, and you're gonna use this to plant the two ones you got?
Yeah. So the cactus is going to go in that one.
Yeah. And then
The crassula will probably go in this other mix, because there's a little bit of dolomite, lime in this Mexican one. I don't think other succulents like that. Maybe
Oh, okay. Cool.
That's the story. The sprayer works good for tiny conophytum seeds because it just puts out a tiny mist. And hopefully it lasts more than a month before I break it.
But yeah, overall, pretty good haul. Pretty nice, great plants. We'll have to get them in some pots and let you know. So, till next time, remember to subscribe and share with your friends if you like more videos. Peace.